What if I told you that as good as walking is, it might not be enough to keep you strong, steady, and independent after 50? I know, that sounds almost wrong. We've been told for years that as long as you walk, you're doing fine. And yes, walking is wonderful. It moves your blood, clears your mind, lifts your mood. But here's the quiet truth nobody really says out loud. Walking mostly works your body in one straight line, with very little resistance, and almost no challenge to the muscles and systems that actually keep you from falling, keep you standing tall, and keep you independent. Your hips and glutes, your deep core, your back and pulling strength, your stabilizer muscles and balance system. So in today's video from True Senior Healthness, I want to show you something that isn't harder than walking, isn't longer than walking, but is smarter than walking. 5 simple, specialist-endorsed exercises that wake up the muscles, walking skips, improve your balance and reaction time, help protect your joints, and make walking itself feel lighter and safer. You don't need a gym. You don't need fancy equipment. You just need a bit of space, a chair, a wall, and your own body. Before we begin, I'd love to know you're here. Drop your name and where you're watching from in the comments. It helps me feel like I'm right there in the room with you. All right, let's start with the exercise that unlocks a part of your body walking almost never touches. Exercise 1, the frog hip opener. Unlock your hips, unlock your freedom. Let's start with a question. Do your hips feel stiff when you get up from a chair? Or tight when you try to step sideways, turn, or pivot? That's not just aging. Very often, it's hip underuse. Walking moves your legs mostly forward and back in a tiny range. It doesn't really. Open your hips to the side, stretch your inner thighs, activate your pelvic floor, or let your pelvis and spine move together in a healthy way. That's where the frog move comes in. This gentle position opens your hips sideways instead of just forward. It wakes up your inner thighs, adductors, your hip flexors, your pelvic floor, and even improves fluid flow around your lower body. When these areas are tight and sleepy, you're more likely to shuffle instead of step confidently, strain your lower back, lose balance when you turn, feel blocked in your groin or hips. When they're awake and mobile, you move more like your younger self, smoother, freer, and more stable. How to do the frog move, floor version. If getting on the floor is possible for you, try this. Come down onto your hands and knees on a matte or soft surface. Slowly slide your knees wider apart, turning your feet slightly outward, like a frog. Keep your ankles in line with your knees, shins roughly parallel. Lower down onto your forearms. You can use yoga blocks or a stack of pillows if you can't reach comfortably. Gently shift your hips back until you feel a stretch in your inner thighs and hips. No pain, only stretch. Hold for 10-20 seconds, breathing slowly through your nose. Shift your weight slightly forward to ease the stretch, then back again. Repeat this for 5-8 gentle repetitions. Important tips. Keep your belly lightly engaged to protect your lower back. Don't force depth. Over time, your range will naturally increase. If your knees complain, place a folded towel or cushion under them. Chair-friendly version, if floor is difficult. If getting on the floor isn't realistic, try this instead. Sit on the edge of a sturdy chair. Place your feet wide, toes turned slightly outward. Place your hands on your thighs. Gently lean your chest forward, keeping your back long, as your knees drift slightly apart. You should feel a mild stretch in your inner thighs and hips. Hold for 15-20 seconds, then sit back up. Repeat 3-5 times. This isn't just a stretch. It's like pressing a reset button for your hips. Do this regularly, and you may notice easier steps, less lower back strain, smoother turning and pivoting, less stuck feeling in the groin and pelvis. Once the hips start to unlock, it's time to power up the muscles that actually carry you through life. Exercise 2, glute bridge. Build the power plant of your lower body. If your hips and glutes are weak, everything above and below pays the price. Weak glutes can show up as lower back aches, knee discomfort, wobbly steps, difficulty standing up without using your hands. Walking, especially with short, soft steps, barely taps your glutes. They're meant to be powerful engines, but many of us spend decades mostly sitting on them instead of using them. The glute bridge is a safe way to wake them up and strengthen them. How to do a glute bridge. Lie on your back on a mat, carpet, or firm bed. Bend your knees so your feet are flat on the floor, about hip width apart. Let your arms rest by your sides, palms down. Take a breath in, As you exhale, gently tighten your lower belly and press your feet into the floor. Slowly lift your hips off the ground until your body makes a straight line from your shoulders to your knees. No need to go super high. At the top, squeeze your glutes as if you were pinching a coin between them. Hold for 2-3 seconds. Slowly lower your hips back down to the floor. Start with 8-10 repetitions, rest, then repeat one more set if you feel okay. Helpful tips. Keep your ribs down and avoid overarching your lower back. Imagine your hips are being lifted by your glutes, not by pushing your low back up. If your neck feels strained, place a thin pillow under your head. If this feels too hard, just lift your hips a few inches off the floor and hold for a couple of breaths. Or perform a mini bridge. Tuck your tailbone slightly and gently press your low back into the floor, then relax. Done consistently, glute bridges can help. Reduce a lower back tension. Make stairs and hills feel easier. Improve posture by strengthening your backside. Give you more power when standing up from a chair. And remember, you're not training to be a bodybuilder. You're training to keep your body under your control. Quick mid-video check-in. If this kind of careful, joint-friendly breakdown is helpful for you, would you do me a favor? Tap, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for true senior healthness. This channel exists for one purpose: to help people over 50, 60, 70, and beyond stay stronger, safer, and more independent with realistic, science-backed movement, no boot camps, no shaming, no pain, no gain. If you're finding value so far, type 9 inches the comments. If not, type 0 and tell me what would make this more useful for you. I truly read your feedback. All right, your hips and glutes are waking up. Now let's move to an area walking almost completely ignores: your pulling strength. Exercise 3, gorilla-style wall pull. Rebuild the strength to pull yourself upright. Most people lose pulling strength without noticing. You notice it when opening a heavy door feels harder. Pulling yourself up from a low seat feels awkward. You grab a railing or someone's hand and feel not as strong as you hoped. Walking doesn't train these muscles at all. Your upper back, rear shoulders, and grip, the muscles that literally pull you upright, stay mostly asleep. That's where the gorilla-style wall pull comes in. Don't worry, it's much gentler than it sounds. We're mimicking a pulling motion using a towel or band in a way that's friendly to your joints but still powerful for your muscles. What it trains: upper back muscles, rear shoulders, grip and forearms, posture muscles that pull your chest open. These are crucial for standing tall instead of slouching, protecting the neck and upper back, catching yourself if you stumble and grab onto something, staying independent with lifting and daily tasks. How to do the gorilla-style wall pull? You'll need a long towel, or, if you have one, a light resistance band. Stand sideways next to a wall, about 1 foot away. The shoulder closer to the wall is your anchor side. Drape the towel over the shoulder away from the wall, so both ends hang down in front of your chest. With the hand closest to the wall, grab both ends of the towel at about chest height. Stand tall, chest gently open, belly lightly engaged. Now, pull your elbow back as if you're starting a lawnmower or rowing, letting your body lean very slightly toward the wall as you pull. You should feel the muscles between your shoulder blade and spine waking up. Pause. Gently squeeze your shoulder blade back and down. Slowly return to the starting position. Aim for 8-12 repetitions per side. Rest, then repeat for 2-3 sets if you feel okay. Tips: move slowly, no yanking or jerking. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. If you feel strain in the neck, reduce the range or tension. Closer to the wall equals easier. A little further away equals slightly harder. This movement helps reclaim the strength to pull open doors, lift bags toward your body instead of away from it. Keep your chest open instead of rounding forward. You are literally teaching your body to pull itself back into good posture and safety. Once your hips, glutes, and upper back are joining the party, it's time to train something walking simply doesn't give you: deep, quiet stability. Exercise cat, horse stance, strength through stillness. You can walk every day and still feel wobbly when you stand on one leg to put on pants, turn quickly in the kitchen, step into the tub or onto a curb. That's because walking uses momentum. It doesn't ask your body to hold your weight still, under control. The horse stance comes from martial traditions, but we're going to use a gentle, joint-friendly version. Think of it as a wide, strong, grounded squat that builds leg strength, hip stability, core engagement, joint resilience in knees and ankles. It's like teaching your legs to be pillars, not just moving sticks. How to do the horse stance. Stand with your feet wider than shoulder width apart. Turn your toes outward slightly about 20-30 degrees. Slowly bend your knees as if you're sitting down into a shallow squat. Keep your chest lifted and your back long, not collapsing forward. Make sure your knees track over your toes, not collapsing inward. Find a depth that feels challenging but not painful. From there, lightly tighten your lower belly. Imagine you're pressing your feet gently outwards into the floor. Hold this position for 15-30 seconds while breathing slowly. Then stand back up, shake your legs out, and rest. Start with 2 rounds. As you get stronger, you can build to 3 rounds and longer holds, up to 45-60 seconds if it feels right for your body. If balance is a concern, do this near a wall or sturdy chair, and use one hand for light support. You can also keep the squats shallower while you build strength. Benefits you may notice. Stronger thighs and hips. Easier time standing from low chairs. More stable knees. Better grounded feeling when you walk or turn. This is not about forcing deep squats. It's about teaching your legs to hold you steady, strong, and calm. Now let's train something that often gets ignored until the moment we wish we had it. Exercise 5. Head turns on one leg. Train your inner GPS before you fall. Have you ever turned your head quickly and felt a little off balance? Your ability to move your head and eyes while staying upright is a huge part of real-world balance. Walking in a straight line doesn't really train that. The system that helps you do this, your inner ear, your eyes, and your body's position sensors, is sometimes called your vestibular system. As we age, if we don't challenge it gently, it can get rusty. That's where this simple, clever drill comes in. How to do head turns on one leg. Stand near a wall, counter, or heavy chair so you can catch yourself if needed. Shift your weight onto your right leg. Gently lift your left foot a little off the ground. It can be just an inch, no need for a big lift. Find a spot straight ahead to look at, around eye level. When you feel stable, begin to slowly turn your head. Turn your head to the left. Return to center. Turn your head to the right. Return to center. Keep your gaze generally on the horizon as your head moves. Breathe slowly and steadily. Start with 8-10 seconds on one leg, then lower your foot and switch sides. Do 2-3 rounds per leg, resting between rounds. Very important tips. If you feel dizzy, reduce the speed or range of the head turn, or stop and rest. You can keep one fingertip on the wall or chair for light support at first. Over time, as your balance improves, you may need less support. What this trains: your inner ear and eyes to coordinate with your body, your ankle and hip stabilizers, your brain's ability to react to quick head movements. In real life, this shows up when you turn your head to look for a car while crossing the road. Look over your shoulder while walking. Turn quickly in the kitchen when someone calls your name. You're not just standing there. You're teaching your body to stay upright when the world moves around you. How to put these 5 moves together. You do not need to do everything, every day, right away. Think of this as your better than walking routine and adjust it to your energy and medical situation. Here's a simple starting plan: 3-4 days per week. Frog hip opener, chair or floor. 5 gentle reps. Glute bridges. 1-2 sets of 8-10 reps. Gorilla style wall pulls. 1-2 sets of 8-12 reps per side. Horse stance. 2 holds of 15-30 seconds. Head turns on one leg. 2-3 rounds of 8-10 seconds per leg. And on most days, keep walking. Just know that walking is now your bonus, not your whole plan. Over time, this kind of routine helps you walk with more ease, stand up more powerfully, feel more stable when you turn or pivot, protect yourself from falls, and move through your 50 seconds, 60 seconds, and 70 seconds with more confidence. A few safety reminders. If you have severe joint pain, recent surgery, dizziness, or serious medical conditions, talk with your doctor or physical therapist before starting new exercises. Move in a comfortable range. Slight effort is good, sharp pain is not. Use walls, counters, or chairs for support as needed. Stability is smart, not a weakness. If anything makes you feel unwell, stop and rest. You can always modify or reduce. The message that matters. Walking is beautiful. Keep walking. But after 50, your body is asking for more than just steps. It's asking for activation, stability, strengthen the hips, glutes, back, and core. Smarter balance, not just more motion. These 5 exercises. The frog hip opener. glute bridge, gorilla-style wall pull, horse stance, head turns on one leg. They aren't flashy, they won't go viral, but they will help you. Stand taller, move more freely, catch yourself when you stumble, and stay independent longer. Every rep is a small message. I still care about my body. I still want to move well. I'm not done yet. If one of these exercises spoke to you today, tell me in the comments. I'm starting with, today, fill in the blank. Frog, bridge, wall pull, horse stance, or head turns. Your comment might be exactly what someone else needs to read to start their own journey. If this video helped you, please tap like, subscribe to True Senior Healthness, and share it with a friend or family member who's over 50 and wants to stay strong, steady, and independent. Because movement isn't just exercise. It's how we send hope through the body, one deliberate, wise step at a time.